Hey there everybody, it's Kathy and I'm here with my model and I'm going to be showing you some of the techniques I talked about a couple weeks ago with facial hair removal. So I'm going to start off with waxing and I did show you a little bit of this in my last video, but I use the hard wax. I'm going to go ahead and do the eyebrows right now. This wax was developed for Brazilians, so it does not stick to skin. It shrink wraps hair without sticking to skin. Whereas strip wax sticks to anything it touches. So it typically will take a thin layer of skin with it, which, you know, if you're doing your shins, that's kind of a good thing. But when you're doing your face, that's not so good. So that's why I choose this wax for the face. And if you may notice from the camera that there are some green strings. That's just the way that this wax is. It just makes little strings. So basically you put on several strips, let it harden, and then pull to remove. Now my model here does not have much brow to be removed, but this is the same wax that I use for facial hair removal, whether it's top lip, whether it's chin. So that's it. You just take the piece of wax off and the hair will be stuck with it. And if you notice, it's not sticking to the skin, so it's really a lot safer to use on the face. So that's one option for facial hair removal. And as I said, she doesn't have hair on her upper lip, but I'm going to show you if she did, this is how I would remove it. I stretch the skin out, apply the wax to the lip. And the nice thing about this wax is you can go right onto the lip itself, because a lot of women, the majority of their hair is right on that little edge. So with regular wax you can't do that, but with this wax you can. You're probably going to feel this a little because you have peach fuzz. You can hate me later. And ladies, I will tell you that upper lip is the most painful place to wax on the whole body. Many of my clients say that they think the upper lip hurts worse than the Brazilian. So that's option number one, waxing. Then there's always the infamous tweezing. I always do brows first with the hard wax to get all the little fine hairs and to get the main shape that I want, and then I go back with tweezers and fine tune. So, you know, and if you just have a couple little hairs on your chin or around your mouth, try just tweezing them. And then when they grow back, they will not be thicker. So tweezers are a really good option. However, if you have quite a few down here or on your lip, then it's not such a good option anymore, because you'll be tweezing forever and it'll be a never-ending thing. So now we're up to the third option, which I showed briefly before. This is the scalpel for dermaplaning. And this is a disposable blade with a handle. So these are sterile. And the way this is done, the skin is dry, as hers is now. And it's really meant to be an exfoliation technique. But what's nice is it does remove the vellus hair. So I'm going to have you turn. So the way that this is done, it's supposed to be a very light removal. So you can't really probably hear it from there, but this little blade is just scraping right along the skin. I'm going to be real quiet and see if you can hear it. You can probably hear my fountain in the background too. So you just scrape away. And now because she doesn't have very much hair, or she hardly has any, you're not going to really see it on the blade. But I'm going to put it up real close and let the camera... You see that dead skin that's on there? That's the whole reason for doing this, is that it's going to collect dead skin. Which is the reason that it's used for exfoliation. But this is not something that I really recommend you do at home, do yourself. And make sure that whoever you're going to that's practicing, that's doing this on you, make sure they've done it quite a bit and they know what they're doing. Because it is possible to cut someone. Now, in Shelly's case, because she does not really have a lot of vellus hair, I'm mostly just doing the skin, just exfoliating that top layer of dead skin. If she was somebody with a lot of peach fuzz, you would see it collecting on the blade. I do have clients that really feel like this leaves their skin really smooth. I think, though, that it's easy to do it too much, so you need to be a little bit careful. Don't overdo it with these. Because as I've mentioned before, Dr. Johnson with osmosis has spoken a lot of the studies that show that excess exfoliation ages the skin. So I think that we have to keep in mind that even though something feels good right after you've done it, let's not overdo it. So there's a few of the different choices for facial hair removal. I think that, for most people, the waxing is going to be your best choice just because it pulls the hair from the root, so it'll be gone the longest. The dermaplaning is great for someone who just has a lot of peach fuzz that they want to get rid of. If you have a lot of really coarse hair, the dermaplaning is probably not for you. And then, of course, tweezing is always a good in-between tool to use. So that's it. I hope this helped, and have a great day.